Hello everyone, it is Wednesday, July the 13th, 2022, and my name is Shelly. I welcome you all in. This is going to be a mid-year recap and WIP parade, and so I'm going to show you the things that I FFO'd, and then we'll get to the WIP. So before we get started though, I need to ask a quick favor of you guys. So my younger daughter, Lakin, is having a balloon sinuplasty today. And so, like she should be having it done like right now. So, if you guys would just pray for her, I would appreciate it. So, I'm going to show you the fully finished objects that I got done so far this year. Let me go ahead and tell you first of all, my total stitches through June the 30th of this year was 77,943. So that's pretty good. I've never, last year I started in the fall counting my stitches, and so it'll be interesting to see how much I get done in a total year. So let's see. Gonna try to let you know like when I started and when I finished these things. So let's see. The bloom jar, I don't know. I don't have the information on this one, but this is from Hands-On Design with collaboration with Priscilla Blaine, their Chalkful series. So this is something that I actually finished stitching last year, and I didn't FFO it until this year. So that is Bloom Chalkful jar. And then I also got the hip hop jar done. And so I'm just going to let it rest right there. This goes with, put this little piece on it when I change it out with that. So, super cute. Okay, and then I also did get finished before Valentine's Day with my Brenda Gervais love notes. So this is something that I started in December 2021, and I got finished with it on February 1st, and then I FFO'd it on the 8th. So I turned these into little pillows. I didn't do the whole set. There's only one though that I did not do. I wasn't sure which way that one went. And I think these are so cute. So got those done, and then I also got a set of pillows done for springtime. This is a folksy bird alphabet from a magazine, and I had them spell out the word spring, and I just covered them with a variety of cute little prints that I had, and I also dyed the little chenille for this as well. Tried to get, was trying to make this the year of smalls, trying to get a bunch of smalls done. It hasn't necessarily happened that way, but I did get several of them done. Now I did, this one looks really wonky. I did also finish some Blackwork Beauty little pillows. I'm not including that in the mid-year recap because Whenever it's a group like that, I'll wait until I have them all done, and I do want to do all of those. I think there's 6 altogether. I only have 3 completed, so I won't consider those FO'd until I have all 6 of those stitched. Excuse me. I also focusing this year on getting Little House Needleworks, their seasonal ABCs pieces done. This is spring. These are just so cute, guys. So I stitched these on 36 count mushroom linen, and I picked my own colors. And this is summer. You've seen this not long ago. Piece of hair on it. Okay, so those are my FOs. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 FOs this year so far. And I have 24 FOs. Did I say 6 FFOs? That's what I meant to say. So let me grab a board. So I did finish Alsatian Redwork Heart, which is a magazine piece. Any of these, if you want more details, just leave a comment below and I'll look it up. I just didn't grab all of that for the recap. I have a really bad headache right now, so I'm just wanting to get this, you know, get it filmed so I can get it uploaded. So this one was started in, let's see, February 1st, 2021, and I finished it June 11th this year. And I just used DMC 115 on a 28 count Irish linen. And then this piece, American Spirit. This was in Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly. I started it in July of 2020 and finished it on 6/30/2022. I'm going to turn this into a pillow. I've gotten the fabrics pulled, but I just haven't started cutting or anything yet. So this is a, it's Vintage Country Mocha. I think maybe it's 25 count. And I used their provided call for DMCs. I also got done with Shannon Christine's Craft Room. This is something that I started in January of 2020 and finished it 6/13/2022. I don't know exactly what I'm going to, how I'm going to FFO this yet. However I do it, though, I am going to attach it to the outside of my craft room door. I think. If it fits above one of my closet doors, I might put it up there instead. I don't know. We'll see. But this is a 14 count black Ada. I used DMC flosses. Her chosen colors, but I did add, I did do the purples on the machine, and I don't think she had any purple in it. It was like, this was the color of the machine, and then she had this green, this pink, and then she had another spool with those colors, and I just switched out for some purples in some spots, because I wanted the purple machine. Okay, so I also finished, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of the Erica Michaels sampler book pieces this year. And so these are all stitched on 28 count Monaco, some that I dyed and then some that are just natural color. Like this is This is antique white. And with these, I usually picked my own colors. I am going to go back and frog the words where I put the stitches, because I don't feel like going back and stitching it on every single one. And I might just do like a little table of contents or something when I turn it into a book. This is one of the pieces that I hand dyed, and I love the way it came out. I need to do some more. So cute. A little sheep. I like the way that one came out too. It's a lot of fun dyeing stuff and seeing what you can come up with. And this one. And then this is the last one. The last set, I should say. Okay, so that was a big woohoo when we got done with those. I stitched those along with Rachel Q stitches. She started that sale, and her and I were the only ones that participated in it, and we made it all the way through, got them all done, so that was a big weight off when we got done with those. I also finished the Jessie Watson sampler. This is something that Barbara, the Raspberry Stitcher, she had started a stitch along for autism awareness using this piece, and so we stitched it over a 12-month period. This is a Hands Across the Sea pattern, and I think this is the 32 count linen from Wood Shelp, and then I used the call for DMCs. So I started that on 4/1/21 and finished it on 3/28/22. So that was actually a stitch along that I kept up with. And then the Martin Luther King sampler, MLK sampler from Stone Street Stitchworks. So I started this on January 15th, his birthday this year, and then finished it on April the 4th this year, which is his date of death. And I did add some personalization to it, and chose my own colors. And then this little red bird ornament is from a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I started it on June 20th, 2021, and finished it on June 2nd, 2022. This is a piece of Carolina linen from DMC, and I just chose my own fancy flosses. And I just saw another mistake that I have. Oh well. And then I did stitch this freebie from Cliffside Stitches at the start of the war between Russia and Ukraine, which makes me really, really sad. But I didn't stitch the whole piece because I ran out of fabric, but I did add some words to the side that weren't there. This is a 14 count opalescent Ada, and I stitched with the called for DMCs. I believe I used 3 strands. So those are the things that I got done so far this year, and I'm happy to share all of that with you. Now I'm going to pause for a second and go grab all of my WIPs, and I'll be back. Okay, WIP parade. So the way I'm going to do this is the way I have my WIPs organized, which is sort of by categories. So we're going to start with samplers. Some of these you've seen recently, some you haven't seen in a while, so forgive me if there's any repeats from recent weeks, but I'm just going to go through all of them. Okay, so Elizabeth Weston, Hands Across the Sea. And I'm going to just hold her up, and let me just go all the way down this way first, and then I'll start panning from side to side. It's kind of hard to see what you can see. She's so big. So this is a piece that I'm trying to get a page finish every month. And I've been pretty much keeping up with that. So let me see. I started her on, it was my birthday, started in 2020, so I started her the day before my birthday, 11/7/2020. My goal is to finish by September of 2023. So this other one is from Teresa Kogut, Newcastle Bouquet. I really want to work on this. Every time I take it out, it's just so gorgeous. So this is what I've gotten done. And I haven't worked on it in quite a while. So, I don't know, I have to come up with some kind of rotation that has this coming up again soon. Let's see. So that was, I don't have a start date, sorry. And then, let's see, the rose sampler. I don't have any of my sheet on this, but this was my piece that I did for Black Sampler November. So I started this in November of 2021. I didn't get very much done, but these are the colors that I'm using. I'm doing everything except for the roses in the Anchor Black, and then the roses are going to be in Pickled Beets, my favorite floss. And so that's what I've gotten done. Trying to think of the name of this fabric. It's from Hand Dyed by Rolanda, and I love it. Okay, so I'm probably going to go ahead and pick up between each section, and so I'll be right back. Okay, so the next section is patriotic / prim. You know, and I'm sure there's 1,000 ways I could have divided this, but this is just the way that it made sense to me. And it could be having to do with, you know, the space that I had to put stuff in. So the first one, Star Spangled Sheep, is a magazine pattern. I'll insert a picture. And I'm currently using this as my daily age piece. So I've been putting 56 stitches in it every day and making some good progress. This is a 28 count Irish linen. I'm using my own fancy flosses and some DMCs that were called for. This was designed by Deanna Carter for Cherry Hill Stitchery. And then I'm working on Prim Stitch series. I'm not going to show a picture because there's like 12 patterns. I am doing them all together on one piece, which is a 32 count Jobelan and lamb's wool. And I'm using, I think she called for R floss with the DMC conversions. I'm pretty much going by the DMC conversion. I did change one of the reds, but this is what I've gotten done so far. And I am doing one strand instead of two on this 32 count. I really wanted it to have a prim look to it. Okay, so this is a little club that I did last year with Scattered Seeds samplers. This is one of their pieces from that club, Home Sweet Home. And this is what I've gotten done. So this club, you got everything that you needed to do the piece. So this is a 36 count vintage country mocha with DMC flosses. And I started that November 2021. This next piece is a magazine piece. I'll insert a picture. So that's from Just Cross Stitch 8 of 2020 issue from Ursula Michael. And I'm stitching it on 14 count Ada in vintage blue that I got from Hobby Lobby with DMC flosses. I did have to change the one that's the darker color and their little variation that she charted. And I am going to use Anchor for the white. And that was just started this month. I didn't have the date down, but I started it this month. Okay, that's all for Prim and Patriotic. Okay, next category is spring. So I'm working on Bluebird of Happiness. I started this for my birthday, 11/8/2020. And I'm doing it on a 28 count witch-out linen and French lace. I think it's either French lace or white chocolate, I think. I had some China Pearl that I got in that didn't have the pink cast, and I think it might be that. Anyway, it's a 28 count witch-out that I am doing with only one strand. I just like the coverage that way, and so... And I'm using the called for Weeks Dye Works. And then I have Egg Hunt from Satsuma Street. So pretty and colorful. I'm doing this on a 34 count Weeks Dye Works and tin roof. And I'm sorry I don't have the start date, but it was earlier this spring. And that's what I've gotten done so far. Using 2 strands of the Call for DMCs. I just love all those colors. Okay, let's see. This next piece is from a magazine, so I'll insert a picture. And this is Easter Party Tray from Just Cross Stitch 4 of 2019. I started at December 17th of 2021. It's 36 count platinum. And I'm using a, I'm using Anchor Black, some, one overdyed it looks like, and then the rest are thrift store flosses that I just, you know, picked colors out that mimicked what was in the pattern. Let's see. Then I have Jan Hicks Creates our Spring Flourish, which I'm stitching on a 28 count witch-out linen in the color Water Lily with Mrs. Sada's floss pack, silk threads. This is the first time I've stitched with silk, using 2 strands over 2 threads. The silks are amazing. And if you want to try silks, it's a good little pack to get. It's not very expensive because they don't have a whole lot of colors. Okay, so then there's Seasons of the Heart from Janine McGowan at the Blue Flower. This is a magazine piece, so I'll insert a picture. And this is from Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher Spring of 2021. I started it on 5/22/2021 on a piece of 36 count hand dyed by me with the call for DMCs. There's one more thing that's supposed to be in this, but is not in it. So let me see if I can put my hands on it real quick. I don't see it. So when I get to it, I'll just show it to you then. Okay, I did find the other one that I was looking for. It's a magazine piece. I'll insert a picture. So this is a series of pieces. Actually, I might not be able to insert a picture because this is like based on her artwork, and I don't remember, like they don't have a picture of it stitched up, and I don't think they have all of them, all the pictures of the artwork that go with each month. But anyway, this is Flowers for the Year by Leslie Tare, and this is the month April. It's from Ultimate Flowers magazine. I started it on April the 1st of 2021, and that's what I got done. I'm not really crazy about the colors, so I don't know, it kind of fills it out, but this is a 28 count linen that I'm using DMCs on. So I found that one, which is part of Spring. So I haven't been doing a count, but so far with samplers, Prim and Patriotic, and Spring, we're up to 13 WIPs. Okay, so this one's a little different. This is Blackwork Beauties. This is also by Leslie Tare from the Ultimate Birds magazine. So let me insert a picture. So this is the one that I was saying in the first section, like, you know, these are all FFO'd, but I'm not finished with the whole thing, so I don't consider it to be completely FFO'd yet. But those are the 3 that I've gotten done. I've thought about stopping, but I really, really love all of these, and so I'm going to finish. So I'm doing them on 28 count white even weave and or Monaco, maybe a combination. Like there's some even weave that I got at Hobby Lobby, but I usually do use Monaco. Then I have Midsummer, sorry, I forgot to say I was on to summer, and I have my summer divided into 2 sections, and so this is just the first section. But this is Midsummer Garden from Vintage Tulip Designs. For some reason I don't have my little planning sheet on it, but I did get the pack of linen and threads from XJU Designs, and so that's what I'm using to stitch it with. But I don't have any info as far as like the details. I do believe this was a birthday start this past year. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I did. This is what I've gotten done so far. So pretty. And it's a 36 count linen, so I'm just using 1 strand. 36 is kind of my sweet spot. You only have to use 1 strand, and I love that. But it does get hard on the eyes at times. So I'm also stitching the hummingbird chart from Owl Forest Embroidery. This is another one that I do not have my sheet on. I don't know where it's at, but I'm using their thread pack, and I'm using their recommended fabric. I'm just using a different count. So this is an ice blue, I believe is the name of it. I could be wrong. It could be light blue. From Zweigart. And these are their threads. Gorgeous threads, and so that's what I've gotten done. And then I'm stitching this freebie pattern from Doreen Jones. I'll insert a picture. So this is her garden sal that was in her 2020 freebie album on her Facebook page. And I started it on April the 5th, 2020. And that's what I've gotten done so far. I'm stitching it on a 28 count with DMCs, 2 strands over 2 threads, and some her called for and some my choices. As you saw in the picture, the flowers were more blue and I'm using purples, of course. I mean, I'm so close to having that finished. And then next is another Doreen Jones stitch along. That's a freebie. So it will be in her 2022 freebie album. I think she might have a separate album for this, but I don't remember. But this is her Flowers and Bees stitch along. So this is a 14 count Ada that's printed that I got from Michaels. And I'm using Call for DMCs. She did have, there was someone in the group that charted some words in one of the, I think like the last block where there's like a tall like picture with flowers in it, and I think I'm gonna do the words instead of the picture. Okay, that's all in that section. Let me go grab the rest of my summer and I'll be back. Okay, let's continue with summer. As I'm going through this, I'm realizing I have quite a few sheets that are missing with my info on them, so I don't know what's going on, but some of them I think I did electronically. for whatever reason, probably because I wasn't around my printer, and so I just went ahead and just did them in my GoodNotes. So that may be part of what is going on. But this is Seaside Summer. It's from a Just Cross Stitch magazine, I believe. And so I'm doing it, it looks like it's the 28 count. I don't know, I think this is maybe Witch Out. I was gonna say that it was 28 count Irish linen, and it may be, but I don't have my sheets, so I can't tell you, sorry. You know, if you want to know, I'll try to look it up. Just ask me below in the comments. Okay. So next is from Fat Quarter Shop, their very first Stitch Quarterly, homegrown. This has been going on for quite a while. 3/7/2020 is when I started it. I was using it as my basketball game piece, and I've kind of fallen off with that. But this is what I've gotten done so far. So I use it for my basketball piece because I would just do the outline of the letter and then go back in and fill in when I was at basketball, so I didn't have to have the pattern or anything, which worked really well. So that's a 14 count Ada whitewash board, and I'm using their DMCs that they provided. And I'm also stitching the, oh, here's Seaside Summer. Just cross stitch 8 of 2021. And I don't have my start date or my fabric written down on it. But anyway, I'm also working on the Prairie Schooler Prairie Birds. I'm not enamored really with Prairie Schooler, but I do love birds, and so I'm going to do this whole series. So this is done, but you know, since I haven't done the whole series and I plan to, I don't consider it an FO, but I did get the little hummingbird done. And even though I haven't started the next one, I still consider this a WIP because I have started on the overall project. Okay, so this is all sewn up from Cross Stitcher 2 of 21. I'm doing it on a 14 count. Oatmeal Ada is designed by Cheryl McKinnon. It's supposed to be a biscornu, but I didn't calculate right or something, and so I'll end up just doing like a little pillow with it. You know, I have enough to, you know, I mean, the seam will be right up against it, but it's good enough. And I'm just using DMC flosses. Some are called for, some what I had in my stash. And then this is another Flowers for the Year. This is February. And I'm pretty sure it goes this way. It's a 28 count even weave with DMC flosses. This is Swoop and Soar, which is also from a magazine, so I'll insert a picture. I'm stitching it on 28 count even weave in the color blue from Hobby Lobby, and using the DMC flosses, and that's where I am right now. Love it. You'll notice that I have a lot more summer than I have just about everything else, and that's because I love flowers, so it's really not a surprise that that's the way it is. This next one is also magazine. Spring Pins and Pretty Things from Cross Stitcher 3 of 2020, designed by Sheena Rogers. And I'm using a 28 count Monaco. And I'm doing, I think I'm doing 3 of these, 3 that were in the little collection. I do a lot of things for magazines because I started, joined up with the Magazine Monthly Challenge group on Facebook, and I signed up for Readly, which there'll be a link below for the Readly app. I think if you sign up under under my affiliate link, I get a free month and you get a free month. But when I'm looking for smalls, I'll look, you know, when a new magazine comes out, I go through it and bookmark the things that I like and, you know, use those for smalls. Okay. This is the last summer piece. This is Flea Market Flowers. Man, when this came out, I was all about it, and then I got so bogged down in these stitches. It's so much stitching that I just had to put it away for a while. So, but I did pick it up yesterday. I'll stitch on it again today because it was called for WIP Go. And I'm choosing to, like in this block down here, I want to put the year. And then in this block right here, I want to put bloom. I may end up doing something in this block as well with words. But I just saw in a newsletter from Fat Quarter Shop that they have a free alphabet that Lori Holt designed. And so I'm going to use that because I was kind of like, what alphabet I'm going to use? And then I saw that one this morning. So that's my plan. So I'm stitching this on a 36 count that I hand dyed. And I do have some spots where I made mistakes, so I'm in the process of frogging the border out. And I may have to frog this out, I don't know, but this is my progress so far. So I just got done with this block last night. And then my other WIP Go goal to get it met is to stitch this block tonight. I'm using overdyes with some DMCs, mostly my own choices. The brown flowers, I wasn't down with brown for flowers, and so I changed those to some purples. I didn't really care for the color that they had that one in, and so I changed it up. Excuse me. I don't know, my colors were too close to one another, like there wasn't enough contrast between my colors and the petals, and so I just changed it. I will be glad when I am done with that. I love it. It's beautiful, but oh my gosh, it's just so much stitching. Okay, so I'm gonna pause to pull autumn stuff, and then I'll give you a count through summer before I start that. Okay, on to autumn. So I've tallied up, I had 13 total summer projects, and with the 4 autumn ones, we're up to 30 WIPs so far. So this is a fairly new, recent start for me. Autumn ABCs from Little House Needleworks. I'm stitching it on a 36 count linen in mushroom from Zweigart, and I'm using my own choices of colors, overdyes. I don't think there's any that, well, there's a couple of anchors. So that is my start. And this is my flosses that I'm using. Okay. Then I have another one of the Stitch Quarterlies from Fat Quarter Shop. And that's Hey Pumpkin. This is on a 10 count vintage cloth and burlap from Lori Holt. And I'm using the called for DMC flosses. And I've got a good bit done. So that's my progress. And some of it, like, you know, I outlined. So all I got to do is fill in. You know, this would be something that's good to bring to basketball also. Whenever that starts up again. Okay, this next one is a magazine piece. It's the Seasons of the Heart Autumn. This is from Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher, fall of 2021, from Janine McGowan with the blue flower. This series is the whole reason why I subscribed to a year of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I haven't started the other ones yet. I just got the summer, the spring and the autumn started. And okay, so this is a 28 count cherry pink linen. I think it's from Weeks. And I'm using the call for DMCs. And this next one is also a magazine piece. This is Fall into Autumn from Cross Stitcher Magazine, September 2020. It's another Cheryl McKinnon, who is Tiny Modernist. I'm stitching it on an 18 count Fiddler's Ada light oatmeal. And I'm using DMC flosses, some the called for, some my own choices if I didn't have it in my stash. And so that's my progress. I haven't stitched on anything autumn other than my new start, Autumn ABCs, in quite a while. Okay, so that's the 4 autumn pieces. I'll be back in a second. Okay, on to winter now. So, this next one is a little muddy as far as how many it counts for. So this is Valentine House Trio. I'm planning to finish them all in the same, they're stitched on separate fabric, but I'm gonna finish them all hopefully on the same piece of decor. And so I'm sort of counting them as one, but I guess you could count them as 3. But this is the progress that I have on them. These are stitched on a 28 count with Shout in the color China Pearl. And I'm using autumn.stitches on Instagram. I'm using her color conversion, which is a bunch of fancy flosses and just a few DMCs. That's one. This one's pretty close to having a finish. I'm not going to, I've decided I'm not going to do the bunting at the bottom. That's a lot of stitching and I don't really feel like it adds a whole lot to the pattern, and so I'm gonna leave that off. Okay, so next is Madame Chantilly's My Love. And I'm stitching this on a piece of Mystery Even Weave. And I'm using DMCs, the call for DMCs, 2 strands over 2 threads. So basically I'm halfway done. I've got 2 of the letters and their motifs done. Oh, sorry. Okay. Vintage Pansies is something that I started for Mother's Day in honor of my mom. And these are all the flosses, DMCs. And here is where I've gotten to so far. I love it. So this is from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. I think it's called Lavender Mist. I could be mistaken on that. I think this is another one that I did my sheet electronically, and so I need to go print those out so that I have them. That's what I've gotten done. Next is Winter Rose Manor from Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. I think that's just so gorgeous. So I'm stitching it on 36 count platinum linen from Zweigart. I'm using a combination of what she called for and my own choices because of dye lot issues. Like the house is supposed to be stitched in conch from Weeks Dye Works, and it was not anywhere near mine, you know, that I got. My dye lot was not anywhere near pink enough, and so I changed it out to Weeks Dye Works Chablis. And also, like on these little berries, my color that she called for was very brown, and so I switched it out for something that's more red. I haven't stitched on this in forever. I started this January 1st, 2020. This was my new year, new friends, new start, Sal start. Okay. And this last winter piece is a magazine piece, so I'll insert a picture. This is another one from Cheryl McKinnon, Cross Stitcher Magazine, one of 2021 issue. It's the Winter Wonderland Van Sampler. I think she has a whole series of these, and I've started the autumn and the winter ones so far. I'm stitching, this is an 18 count Vintage Country Mocha Ada that I'm doing DMC flosses. I'm doing one strand except for the white. The white's being done with 2 strands. Okay, I don't know if I said, but this brings us to 35 WIPs so far. And so now I'm gonna go grab Christmas. Okay, so Christmas category. I'm leaning toward UFOing this last piece that I have to do on Shabby Advent Calendar. I've gotten all of the days done individually. They're displayed, you know, every day like as a countdown on a little piece that I have. The only thing that I haven't started is the manger. And I'm thinking that I might not. I might just nix it. I don't know. I mean, I would love to do it, but I've got so many other things that I want to stitch on, and it's sort of like, do I really need that manger for that piece? I don't know if I do. So I'll keep you posted on that. So I'm working on the stockings from this Home for the Holidays book from Blackbird Designs. And I've shown this recently, but I will go ahead and show, let's see, which one am I currently working on? This one right here. So this is one I'm currently working on. This is number 4 of 5, I think, or 3 of 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 of 5. So I've got one more to do after I finish this. This one does have a lot of stitching into the toe, those several bands, but I work on it every first weekend of the month for the BBD weekend sale. And this is a piece of 32 count linen that I hand dyed for it. And I'm using my own choices of over dyed flosses. Let's see. This next piece, Noel, is from a magazine. I'll insert a picture. So this is from Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2021 magazine. It's called Noel. And this is what I've gotten done so far. I want to say this is on my magazine monthly challenge for this month, and I am planning to have it finished. So I'm stitching it on 14 count pink Ada, I think. Let's see. Blush Ada. 14 or 20, sorry, 20 count blush Ada with the call for flosses, which are DMCs. And using one strand. This next piece is from a magazine. Just Cross Stitch 12 of 2020, Nativity Silhouette, and this is what I've gotten done so far. So I'm stitching in a 14 count chalkboard black Ada with DMC flosses, some that they called for, some my own choices. This next one is a freebie from where's my sheet at? Right here. Crigetta Go-Go. This is Cassetta de Natale 2020. And I'm stitching it on a 28 count with shelt linen, and I think it's just pink. Touch of pink, maybe? Touch of pink. And I'm using, you know, a combination of her DMCs that she called for and then some overdyes. My choices. I am planning to get back to stitching Merry Monday. I'm currently working on the Shannon Christine ornaments, which I'll show you in a minute. But once I get done with that first one, then I'll be able to move on to some other pieces on Mondays for Christmas. So the next one is from Fat Quarter Shop, Mistletoe Lane. This was a stitch along that they did. Must have been in 2020. And I'm stitching it on a 28 count with shelt linen. I think it's white chocolate with the DMCs that they called for. And that house is a beast. Yeah, white chocolate 32 count is what it is from Wood Shelt. So this is the fabric that I have to do the Shabby Advent Calendar manger scene. So I don't know, it may be something that I was kind of wanting to have it done for this year. I may just start it this year and not worry so much about having it done this year, so I can stitch on some other things that I want to right now. I've got one more, I forgot. This is the Shannon Christine Christmas Club for this year, 12 Days of Christmas. And so I'm stitching mine on a 28 count Cashel linen with the called for DMCs. She called for Kreinik. For the sparklies, I'm using treasure braid, the sparkle, I think is what the name of the line is, but that's what I've gotten done so far. So I need to get this first block done by the 15th of this month, and then I can do one block over a period of 1.5 months to finish by next Christmas, next December 1st. Okay, so that is all of the Christmas. I'll be back in just a second with the next category. Okay, so my next category is Quaker / filigree. This is something that I thought I was going to be stitching a lot more of. I've only got 2 projects currently in the category, but I really do like these types of patterns. This first one is a magazine pattern. This is Winter Daybreak from Just Cross Stitch February 2016. And, okay, here we go. So this is what I've gotten done so far. I'm using a 28 count white Monaco, and I'm using, let's see, some DMCs and then a thrifted floss. So I really like this kind of pattern, and so I do see myself doing more of these. It's just that I've gotten, you know, distracted with other things. So that one, I don't have a start date. I've been really bad about keeping good records. Okay, so this is the Linen and Threads Mystery from 2020. This is a 14 count oatmeal Aida. I'm stitching it with DMC 4211. And I started it on January 10th, 2020. And I still got a long way to go. So this is a freebie over at Fox and Rabbit. They were Linen and Threads at that point, and so that's why it's called the Linen and Threads Mystery Stitch Along. So I am doing initials of my female family members, but except for this one right here, which is for Jesus. And then this is my paternal grandmother, who I was very, very close to. This is my mom's mom. Actually, this is just family, not necessarily females, because this is my step grandpa, and this is my mom. I think this I'm not finished with. I don't know who was it supposed to be. I think it's maybe my stepdad. I'm not sure. And then I want to, I think I said I was going to go back and frog this. I don't remember if I frogged it already and re-put it in or not, but this is for my dad. He died in 2020, which is when this stitch along was going on, which is really hard to believe. So I was going to put his year of birth and then the year that he died with his name. Okay, so with that category, we're up to 44 WIPs. This hair is making me crazy. So the last category, I really am running out of room in the drawer that I have. It's the other category, and so it has like some, I don't know if it has some, I know it has at least one full coverage piece, and then just some other things that don't fit in any of the other categories. So I'll go grab those and I'll be right back. Okay, the other category. So the first thing is my heart temperature chart from Apricot Polka Dot. I'll insert a picture. And I'm stitching it on 14 count chalkboard black Ada with her call for DMCs. 2 strands. And I'm really wishing that I would have divided the 90-degree categories into more, but it is what it is. I'm not going to go in and do it now. Okay, let's see. This next piece is from a magazine. It's from the World of Cross Stitching 5 of 2019. This is by Emma Congdon. And started this in May this year for Candy, the 614 Stitcher, her mental health care sale that she does every May. And I wasn't able to finish it, so, but that's my start on it. And that's a 28 count with shell. I'm not sure what color. And I'm using the call for DMCs. Okay, this next one is also a magazine piece. I don't have the magazine issue written down, but it's by Cheryl McKinnon. And it's been a while since I stitched on this, so I'm not sure if this is the right direction or not, but this is like the little flap for the scissors case. This is a 28 count Irish linen that I hand dyed with eggplant and fuchsia. And I'm using the call for DMCs. Of course, I'm wanting to get back to all of these things. Okay, let's see. I've got quite a mess right here. Oh, I didn't count one. Okay, so this next one is from the Nebby Needle. It's the Stitcher's Wallet. And I'm stitching on a 40 count hand dyed by me. Using her called for, well, not her called for, because I've got some Fiberlicious in there. So it looks like my own, you know, color conversion. Sorry, I'm not even showing you the stitching. Okay. This is what I've gotten done on it. I love it. I need to get back to it. And I'm not sure if I bought 40 count and dyed the 40 count, or if I dyed 36 count and turned it into 40 count. I didn't write that down, so I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. And I've got Shooting Star from Carolyn Manning. This is full coverage, of course. I'm stitching it on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco with her call for DMCs. 2 strands full cross. I don't know if that's going to work, but that's what I'm doing. It hasn't given me any problems so far. So maybe I should have done 2 strands tint. I don't know. Okay. Then this collecting colors stitch along. I'll insert a picture. This is one of the pieces that I just don't like stitching on at all. It is in my WIP go for this month though, to finish this one block that I've started. And so it's on a 28 count Monaco. And I'm using my own choices of DMCs. This is charted for Arfill. It is a free pattern, but I'm using DMCs. And then I've got Shine On Sampler from Bonnie and Camille Quilt Bee book. Let's see. So this is a picture of what it's going to look like when it's done. And I don't know, I keep picking these, you know, quilt patterns that I think, you know, I'm a quilter, so I would love to stitch on this, right? I don't like them. I don't know, they just, I don't know why, but I am going to finish them because they are beautiful. This is what I've gotten done so far. I'm using the Call for Cosmos on 28 count even weave from Hobby Lobby. And this was a stitch along that Fat Quarter Shop did, and I didn't keep up with. I've just got too many different things that I'm stitching on. Okay, so this one right here is my oldest WIP. This one right here. I did stitch a little bit on it, I think maybe in January for the Magazine Monthly Challenge Bringo event. I put some stitches in on it. This is, you know, from when my daughter, who is now 30, how old is she? What is this year? She's going to be 32 in October. This is from when she was a baby. So, and it's just 14 count Ada. I forgot about this one. So this is from Luminous Fiber Arts. I'll insert a picture. This is her stitcher pattern. I'm doing it on a piece of 28 count Monaco that I hand dyed, stitching one strand of Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers silk floss. Using I'm doing one strand over one, just so I could fit it on this piece of material. Okay, and then I have one more that is also a full coverage piece. This is the piece that this online shop asked me to review the kit. And so, let's see if I can find a picture without the chart. I don't think so. So, fold it over. So it's called Antique Beauty. It's on 11 count Ada, which is, you know, not really my favorite thing to stitch on, but I did get a small start on it. And I've lost my sheet. Let me find my sheet real quick that has my total tally. I think it just got pulled off to the side when I was pulling some of these WIPs off to the side. Yeah. Oh. Duh. Okay, so forgot one. So there's 10 in the other category, and so that brings my WIPs to 54. I want to say at the beginning of this year I was at maybe 58 or so. I haven't made that much progress with knocking the WIPs out because I'm starting too much stuff, but that's what we do, right? Okay, let's see. So, okay, not bad, 53. So I started with 53 WIPs at the beginning of the year, and I've only got 54. So, you know, keeping it right there steady at the same count. So, that's it, guys. That's all I've got. I will be back later this week with a regular floss tube, and thanks for watching. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you later. Bye.